Here's the problem if you're selling books on Amazon. You go to a site like this and you realize Amazon is a massive global marketplace. You can see here, global rank is number 6. That's in the world. And in the country of the United States, it's number 4. And in the category rank of e-commerce and shopping, it's number 1. It's no secret that Amazon is an absolute beast. So selling books on Amazon can be a great way to earn some side hustle income. I like using BOOKBOLT to make low content books and medium content books. And so here's what a lot of people do. They jump into the keyword research, they type in something like Italy travel journal, and then they scroll down and they see, oh, well, here's an Italy travel journal, and it's making 284 estimated sales per month. So this looks really nice. Here's another one. This is 166 estimated sales. Well, these don't look too hard to make. And so they jump in, they make a couple Italy travel journals, nothing happens, and then people give up. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 tips for selling books on Amazon KDP. This is for low content books, and this is for medium content books. And I'm also going to share with you what not to do, just as importantly. As we jump in on this video, I am going to be using BOOKBOLT. I highly recommend this software. I'll put a link to it in the video description below. Just a heads up, it is an affiliate link. That just means if you purchase the BOOKBOLT subscription, I would receive a small commission. I like using it because it's got a bunch of tools here on the left-hand side, like keywords, categories. You can even spy on different sellers. It's a really cool niche research tool. Tip number 1 is to be unique. What do I mean by that? Well, let's go on to Amazon here. I've looked up adult coloring book. We can see there's 70,000 results for adult coloring books. So it's like, well, how do you get noticed in a niche that's this big? Well, you can take a look at the top listed items. So these are sorted by featured, and you can see right here on the right-hand side, please forgive me, I hope my eyes don't melt because there's profanity in it, but you can see right there on the right-hand side, this is certainly not something that would be sold in Walmart or Target, for example. I've refined my search a little bit and I've added in the word cats. Well, check out the top results. Cats being dicks, swearing cats, snarky cats. Of course, you're going to get the more generic results like cute cats and regular cat coloring books. But this is a great example here. People like mandalas, and cats and mandalas. That's a surefire way to get noticed because you're cross-niching now too. Beautiful ideas, cats and mandalas. So you want to ask yourself, how do you stand out from the crowd? Can you make an interesting cover? Can you make it funny? Can you make it rude? Can you make it really niched down? You need to have some reason that the customer is going to look at your book and not the other 70,000 products. Tip number 2 is to provide value for the client. Here's an example of what I mean by providing value. There's this one right here. 52-week mental health journey, guided prompts and self-reflection to reduce stress and improve well-being. Look at all the reasons that you would purchase this item. First of all, the guide is set up into 52 weeks. Well, that's 1 full year. There's also guided prompts because some people might want to get better at something or stronger at something, more resilient at something, but they don't know how. So having guided prompts can really help. And then you might ask yourself, why am I buying this item? Well, it's for self-reflection and to reduce stress and improve well-being. They're giving you reasons in the listing name to purchase this item. It's not a particularly groundbreaking cover. It's just a nature picture, but there's a reason for people to buy this. Here's another example. This is a personal logbook of my trip to New York, my New York journal. And look right in the title, a fun keepsake for kids and young adults, that's the target audience, to write and stick in memories to treasure. And then in the description, the author writes about why you would want the book. So you need to make a case for the client when they're reading this or when they see the actual thumbnail. You can see right there at the top right, it says for children and young adults. So imagine if you're a mom buying this book, you might be wondering, well, can I buy this journal? Is it safe? Because some journals are rude and some journals have profanity. No, it says right on here, this is for children and young adults. It's safe. Don't worry about it, mom. You're going to be okay. Tip number 3 is to micro niche, or at least consider micro niching. Here's an example. I've typed in on Amazon, Europe travel journal. I've got over 1,000 results that have come back. Yes, I could make something unique. I am competing with over 1,000 different designs here. So what I would recommend is niching down and picking things that you don't have as much competition in. Here's an example for Albuquerque travel journal. And this is only 156 results. And look, not every single result's going to be bang on, but we've got Albuquerque, New Mexico. We've got a bucket list, and we've got different maps, different travel journals. We've only got 156 results. Imagine the tiny towns, imagine the different states that you can take a look at. Here's Alaska, for example. Lots of people travel to Alaska, and we can see here there's only 381 results. So don't just have Europe, but try niching down into different niches inside those countries, inside those provinces, inside those states, and you may be surprised at what pops up available for sale. One of the things I love about BOOKBOLT is you can type in under the keywords tool a keyword search. So in this case, Naples Travel Journal, and we can see down below, not only do we see the Amazon most trending, but also the Google most trending. So we can see the search volumes that people are looking for, and we can see, are we actually putting in the right keywords into our listings? And you may have noticed down here in the keywords, one of the top search results is A5 Travel Journal. You might be wondering, what's A5? And you can see here, A5 paper is a standard paper that's used for documents, brochures, and then there's a specific measurement. So people want a specific size when they're searching on Amazon. And that leads me into my next tip. Tip number 4, consider different sizes and formats. So here I am on Amazon, and I've typed in large text puzzle book. And look at the different results that come back. Now, I get this is a competitive niche. However, you can go inside that niche to find different things that may be competitive. This is an interesting one here, the very first result. This is a Bible puzzle book with large print, and it says right on the cover, large print, because not everybody can see so great, and so it's nice having large crosswords or large puzzle books. I've typed in funny blank journal onto Amazon, and you'll see a bunch of 6x9s come back. And that's a very popular format. But what about different sizes? What about different page counts? What about different colors, different fonts, different graphics? There's lots of different options for you to stake your claim inside of Amazon. Tip number 5 is keywords. It's all about keywords. How do you find something on Amazon? Here I've gone into the search window at the top and I've typed in something. Yes, I can go to bestsellers, I can go to these little sub niches, but really most people when they're on Amazon, they're searching for something. Here I've typed in word search for autism. I'm going to pick on this one here, the Autism Activity Book, and we can see here dive into 150 pages of engaging activities, teens and adults with autism, relieve stress, improve mood. These are all going to be things that come up inside of the search. Adult coloring, word searches, gratitude lists, jokes to memorize, drawing fun. Look at all the different things that this person is listing with their keywords. So it's not only about the title, it's also about the description. Make sure that you're putting well-written descriptions that say what your book actually is, and the universe may reward you with a sale. I really hope you found this video helpful. Here I am on BOOKBOLT, and I've just gone into the top 100 sellers right now on Amazon. And we can see right now, monthly bill payment checklist, 48 months. They've got over 1,000 ratings, estimated monthly sales 640. BOOKBOLT is amazing. It helps me find best-selling items, and it helps me do research so that I can compete and make sales. I highly recommend it. Links in the video description below. Here's another video on how you can have some fun selling in the print-on-demand space.